Too little friction is not great, and we know that too much friction is not good either. So depending on our need, can we increase or reduce the friction? Yes, we can. Can you think of examples in which we would need to increase the friction? When you're running or walking, what is it that we're a little scared about? Yes, we don't want to slip, right? To avoid it, soles of our shoes have grooves. This increases friction and helps us avoid cases in which we could slip. It gives a better grip. Also, sportspersons require an even better grip, which is why many of them wear shoes which have studs. Have you seen the tires of our vehicles closely? Is the surface of the tires smooth? Absolutely not. We see that the tires are treaded. The treads increase the friction between the tires and the road. This helps us in stopping the vehicle when we need to. What do you think gymnasts apply on their hands? It's not powder, but some coarse material. This material on their hands helps them get a better grip by increasing the friction. These were the situations in which the friction was desirable. How can we reduce the friction in situations when it's not that desirable? The main trouble that friction gives us is wear and tear of moving machine parts. Wear and tear occurs due to the roughness of the two surfaces in contact. What's the solution then? How can we minimize the wear and tear? Simple, we just reduce the friction. But the question is how? We can reduce the friction by introducing something between the two surfaces in contact. Yes, we introduce something that reduces the friction. This process is called lubrication. The action of applying a substance such as grease or oil to minimize friction and allow a smoother movement is called lubrication. And the substance introduced is called a lubricant. The most common lubricants are oil and grease. So lubrication is one way in which friction between solid parts can be reduced. You would have also noticed that the movement of doors smoothens when a few drops of oil are poured into its hinges. The chain of your bicycle also has grease applied on it. All this is done to reduce the friction. In short, the lubricants avoid the interlocking of irregularities to a great extent. That's what reduces the friction. Can we apply lots of lubricant and get the friction down to zero? Nah, we can't. Remember, friction can never be eliminated. It can only be reduced. Few irregularities will always exist.